Mobile phones and small tablets are in. But do people read paperback books anymore? Is there an incentive or purpose to sit quietly in a chair and just read? 600,000 books are produced yearly in the United States, so there must be a reason why we still publish books. Is reading outdated, or is it a staple for the future? Should books still be published in paperback, or should we defer everything to ebooks? Does publishing still have a place in civilization? This is CounterPoint with Gerard McClendon. Welcome to CounterPoint. Hey, give me a call at 844-777-9311. Tweet and send Facebook comments to Gerard MC. There must be a reason why we still write and publish books. But is the profession antiquated or futuristic? At the CounterPoint today, we have LaTanya Hicks, author of Pain and a Teardrop and Dining with God. We also have Chad Hunter, the author of Black Parakeets Only Hatch in December. And we've got Carmelita Evans, the author of A Slave Story. Thank all of you for being on CounterPoint today. I greatly appreciate it. I want to start off with some bios. I need to know who you people are. Let me start with, I'm going to start with you, Carmelita. Born and raised where?
In Chicago, Illinois.
And raised in Chicago?
Raised in Chicago.
Okay, what high school did you go to?
I went to several high schools. Cooley High School was one of them.
You went to Cooley High?
Yes, I did.
The famous movie Cooley High?
Yes, I did.
My good friend Eric Monty, who wrote that movie Cooley High?
Yes.
Okay.
Walked the halls of Cooley.
What other schools?
I went to Weston House, Lucy Flowers, and during the summer I went to Crane High School for summer.
Oh man, so you partied all through high school.
Yes, I did.
That's what I'm talking about. Chad Hunter,
Yes,
born
sir.
and raised.
East Chicago, specifically the harbor of East Chicago, Indiana.
High school.
Central.
Okay,
Yeah.
Central High School.
Yep,
Okay,
Cardinal through and through.
You just a youngin'.
Yeah,
And
ask my son, I'm the oldest thing alive.
LaTanya Hicks, born and raised.
I was born in Alabama, but I was raised in East Chicago, the harbor, just like Chad.
What high
And
school?
I attended East Chicago Central High School.
East Chicago
Class of 2003.
Okay, this is good. I got
you.
3 authors in the list today. This is great. We're gonna have a good time. I need just quickly, LaTanya, give me just, I'm talking like 1 to 2 sentences, brief synopsis of your book, LaTanya. The latest book.
Well, one that I'm working on now is called Just Breathe. I had a really big thing that happened to me in October of last year, and it just prompted me to finish it. And it's something that comes from my heart, something that I wanted to push and urge others to read, because you never really know what can happen in life. And it's just, you never know what ways things can come to humble you and make you realize your surroundings.
Is it a memoir?
No, it's not. It's
not.
poetry.
Okay, it's poetry. Okay, Chad Hunter, talk
Yes,
to me,
sir.
man. Black Parakeets only hatch in December. I mean,
Yes.
what's up with November and January? What's the book
They're
about?
not important
Brief-
months. I was only born in December.
There we go. Brief synopsis, man. What's this book?
Black Parakeets Only Hatch in December is a collection of anecdotes about growing up in East Chicago, living in Northwest Indiana. Covers everything from being a child of divorce to, going through bullying, going through college, going through dating, going through just the general walks of life, all seen through my eyes.
Yeah, we're going to get into that more a little bit later. Carmelita, talk to me. Brief synopsis of your book.
A Slave
1
Story,
sentence.
Saga of a Lost Family is a novella, a story of drama, struggle, and perseverance of a young girl born into slavery bondage who was the daughter of a Negro slave woman and the plantation master.
Okay, this is good stuff. So, I'm gonna start with you, Carmelita. Who's the audience for your book? Now we all write books. All 4 of us have written a book or several books at the table, and the first thing that pops out of people's mouth is, "My book is for everybody." but let's be more specific. Who did you write this book for?
Well, I would say from the age of 14 up until 70 or 80 years of age.
So from young adults
Young
on
adults to elderly people, and anyone that can identify with the Black history portion of it.
up. Okay, good. Chad Hunter.
Yes, sir.
Who's the book for, man? I mean, who's the audience?
Well, you took my everybody answer, so thank you, Gerard. I appreciate that. I would say that anybody who is seeking a reflection of life, anybody who is looking for episodic reads, like real quick, you could pick up the book, jump to a chapter, read it, get something out of it, laugh, cry, want the t-shirt, and then put it down and pick it up 100 pages later and wouldn't miss a beat. So I think people who enjoy a good read and want an anecdotal collection of both humor and drama.
The Teardrop book, I want to go back to that, LaTanya. Who's the audience for that book?
It was for maybe 18, 24-year-old women.
Pain in a Teardrop?
Yes.
And why aimed at those women of those ages?
Because that was a period of when I experienced a lot in my life, and I dealt with a lot of heartbreak, and it made me realize where I was, the woman I evolved into, and how I didn't allow tragedies to overwhelm me and overtake me in what I wanted to become in life.
Okay, good. All three of you have published.
Yes.
Why publish in the age of technology? All right, now we can go back to the original printing press, you know, of several hundred years ago, when publishing was this newfangled, high-tech thing. It made the world smaller. All right, it made its information spread faster because we had books to read. All right, everyone wasn't literate, but everyone's not literate now. But we're in the age of technology and information now. We've got the internet. If I want to find something out, I can go to Google. So why did you publish in this age of internet? What was the reason for publishing? Chad Hunter.
Yeah, I think it's important that writers adapt. Like you mentioned, technology is far more prevalent than it was, you know, even like yesterday. Technology today is already ahead of where it was yesterday, and so on and so forth.
Right.
So I think it's important that writers not only publish in the traditional sense, but also make sure that they have their works available electronically, whether it be, you know, Kindle or the Nook or PDFs or, you know, EPUB files.
Your books are on those formats?
Yes.
Okay.
So I think to just narrow writers down to just physical print only puts writers in a box that doesn't truly exist.
Age of technology, LaTanya. Why publish? I mean, you've published 7 books. What's the impetus? What's the excitement in publishing? What's the reason?
I think now I have a greater perspective about it. Working at the East Chicago Public Library, there is a need for books. People love the way that they smell, the way that you can touch them and actually take them. There's an intimacy that you have where you can actually pick up a physical book and take it with you. Like with electronics now, you plug them in, you got to charge them. There are some disadvantages there, but I know that there's an audience that still wants to captivate that physical book.
So a slave story. I'm not interested in a slave. I'm not interested in this woman. How do you get me interested in purchasing your book, Carmelita?
Well, I put out a lot of information about the book story, and the story is a very compelling story. Once you put it out there over the modern technology, you can compel people to become interested in it. I've done a lot of word of mouth, book signings, you know, just putting it out there where people can hear it and know the story and the detail of the story.
Are you in Kindle format?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yes.
Audio books as well? Any of the three of you with audio books?
Not yet.
Not
None of
yet.
them.
Okay,
have
so
an
I
audio
definitely
book.
implore you to go ahead and get that audio book out, because sometimes the audio book will sell more than the book itself. And the audio book really doesn't cost anything to put out there.
And it's becoming more
Yeah.
like a lot of people like those now. I'm learning that.
Absolutely.
Could you
Because
be
they're
our
on the
books,
go.
Gerard? Could you be our audio voice?
I will be your audio book. No, I'll find a better voice than mine for the audio book. This is interesting, though, because there are a lot of readers, and Chad and I have talked about this before. Do you target I got 2 questions in my head, just bear with me. First of all, there are a lot of readers who don't read, but they'd rather listen to books. So writers have to make sure that the audiobook is out there. Here's the other thing. Do you target people who fit the description of what your book is selling or saying, or do you target people who read? Who wants to answer that question?
I target people who read.
Okay.
People who read. In spite of the technology, I like the people that will pick up a book and read. I target audiences and people that I know are readers. I do online with emails and with people who are going into book clubs and things like that, who go to where you can go online and buy books through these book clubs, like Amazon book clubs
Yeah.
and places like that. I target those places because those are readers looking for a good book.
Yes, and so often people make the mistake of targeting an audience that doesn't read. So it's like, okay, I'm going to target people between the age of 30 and 40, but if those aren't the readers of my content, I'm, or even the buyers of my content, I'm in trouble. Chad Hunter, who do you target?
Yeah, I was going to say, I think there's any writer who falls into a particular group that can be titled, whether it be a female writer or a Hispanic writer, Black writer. I think it's a struggle because it is a question of, are you a woman writer or are you a writer who's a woman? Are you a Black writer or are you a writer who is Black? And I think that plays into the idea of targeting. I like, in Black Parakeets, the book is about people who may have experienced their parents divorcing, may have experienced growing up in an urban city. And by the time you get through it, you have found people who connect across different color barriers and age groups. And I've written, pirate fiction, and I'm targeting people who like pirate stories. But they could be from any demographic, any, particularly a mature age group, but, it could be any color, any walk of life, any demographic.
So, LaTanya, you're a writer and you've published books and you're a poet.
Yes.
And poetry is meant to be heard. So do you recite poetry when you do book signings?
I do.
From the books?
Yes.
So is your reader and listener and buyer possibly different from Chad and Carmelita's because you're a poet?
Yes,
How
it
so?
is. It's because it's more of the spoken word, whereas there's a story that's told. I focus more on synoptic writing now. So, and
Explain.
Okay, because of my audience now, I'm looking at teen girls, older girls, male and females, men and women as well. It's just that I know that with poetry, sometimes you get lost in the long poetry. You get lost in it. And so now I'm more of a, give me 4 lines, a great stanza, give me 2 stanzas, and they get the message. And so I've started leaning there because with me sharing my poetry, with the spoken word, they love to hear it, but they wouldn't read it.
Oh.
They're more interested in the voice behind the poem.
I like that. So when it comes to your books, it's the book and it's a performance art.
Yes.
So they're getting you, the author, and they're getting you, the poet.
Yes.
And they want to see you and hear you and have the experience of a LaTanya Hicks.
Yes, and the exciting thing about writing poetry is when you speak it, that's how you get people to buy it, because now they want to take a piece of you with them.
Yes.
And so it's kind of multifaceted for me.
Yes, this is profound. This is profound. You know what? I want to continue with the 3 of you after the break here. Should books still be published in paperback, or should we defer everything to electronic books? Does publishing still have a place in civilization? I've got LaTanya Hicks, Carmelita Evans, and Chad Hunter. Join us. Stay right there, and there's more Counterpoint shortly. Tweet me, post on Instagram, or send me a message on Facebook. Let's start the conversation. Your voice is important on Counterpoint. Welcome back to Counterpoint. Hey, should books still be published in paperback, or should we just defer everything to ebooks? Does publishing still have a place in civilization? I've got LaTanya Hicks, Carmelita Evans, and Chad Hunter on the discussion. Thank you so much for staying for the second half here. Chad, can books change the world, man?
Yes.
How?
I think if anything changes the world, it is books. Because books are the culmination of ideas, thoughts, projected hopes, dreams, etc. All those things in whatever context they may be, whether it be books or music or doctrine given from a king, a queen, or whatever, do ultimately change the world.
You believe that, Carmelita?
Yes, I do. The information that you receive from the books, the learning that you get from them, it obviously changed the world. It has changed the world from the very beginning of printing books. You know, the world has evolved from the learning, the education, the information that you've gotten from it throughout the time.
For the better or for the worse?
For the better, absolutely.
You think so?
Oh, yes.
So even books that are negative still should be published? Do those books help the world?
Yeah, I think you should publish it all. Yes, it helps because the negative and the positive balances things out.
Oh man, you are true First Amendment here. My goodness, freedom of speech, freedom of
Yes,
religion, freedom
yes,
of the
it
press.
balances it out,
Man,
yes.
freedom to peaceably assemble, right?
Yes, yes.
Freedom to petition
That's
the
right,
government.
that's right.
I love it.
You made my answer a lot better. I like that.
She enhanced it.
I was like, I should
Latanya,
have said that.
7 books. You think you're changing the world with your books?
I am, one life at a time.
One life at a time.
Yes.
All right.
Is there any example, you don't have to mention a person's name, but has anyone come up to you and said, oh God, I am so glad that you wrote that book?
Yes, actually my children's book that came out in 2015. It inspired so many kids, and I had the opportunity to go before kindergartners. There were a really rowdy bunch of kids, and the teacher said, good luck with it. They listened from cover to cover and was able to follow it. And at the end, they said, because of Danny, he didn't give up. I'm going to work hard on my test tomorrow. And so I knew that, and there are teachers that take my book into the classroom, and it's just to have the ability to write in a way that it can touch an individual. That's a blessing in itself.
Yes,
So
it is.
I know that it has touched and changed lives.
The word author, and I want to get to this etymology, because many people say they want to write a book, right?
Everyone.
And here's the thing. Most people that tell me that they want to write a book, they don't have anything to say. They just want to write a book. I want to write a book. What you going to say? I don't know. That's problematic because the word author means godlike. And most, it's where we get the word authority, authorization, all right? Do you feel that there is a higher responsibility for the author than the speaker? What do you think, Carmelita?
For a higher responsibility for the author?
For the author than the speaker.
Well, the author is the one who presents or wrote this. So yeah, there is a higher responsibility for them because they're putting out something that they wrote, they developed, they're encouraging, and it's all coming from within them. So yeah, they have a higher responsibility than the speaker. The speaker could be someone that's just speaking about what the author wrote.
Interesting.
So yeah, I
Interesting.
would say so.
Chad, higher responsibility, equal or lower for the author?
No, I think definitely higher. I think because the author has the resource of time. Speaker is on the cuff right there in front of people trying to deliver a message. But an author has the chronological resource of time where they can sit there and say, I got to give this to the speaker in a week. They have a week to toil over it, to make sure it's worded right, to make sure it hits the right points. So just by the sheer amount of resources they have, they do have a higher responsibility.
So, Latanya, with the 7 books that you've published, you can be at home and people around the world can be witnessing and reading your 7 books,
Yes.
which is that's a big responsibility.
It is.
And I think the beauty of a speaker has to be present, or you can see a speaker on YouTube if they aren't present. But the author doesn't have to be anywhere around, and people still can consume the thought and the soul
That's right.
of that individual.
That's
A
right.
speaker has to worry about delivery. An author has to worry about message.
Explain.
right.
Explain.
I didn't think there was a follow-up to that.
Yeah, there's a follow-up.
Yeah, well,
Let's talk about delivery first.
Well, it's the purpose of connectivity. A speaker's job is connect with the audience via probably audible means, or gestures, body movement, connectivity. Their job is to get the message across. An author's job is to develop the message. Some authors are terrible speakers.
Yeah.
Some speakers are terrible writers. So it's a weird marriage that everybody has to pull their weight to get the ultimate message across.
Got to get the hermeneutics and the homiletics together.
See, that's that master's degree. I gotta go look those words up.
It's all good. Let's talk about how you market your materials. Everybody wants a bestseller, right?
Right.
And how do you get to become a best-selling author? Large publishing houses do it this way. They market a book for 3 months, but they spend the previous 9 months heavily telling the public about the book before the 3-month heavy sales pitch hits. So they're going to sell anywhere from 6,000 to 20,000 books a week for that 3-month period. After the 3-month period, they're through. They no longer promote that book. Small publishers don't have the monetary advantage. We may not sell as many books, but small publishers can sell for a longer period of time. So, what are some of the sales strategies that the three of you use to move books?
Let's start with Chad.
Yeah.
You know, a wise man once told me, and it may have been you, Gerard, so if it sounds good, you can take credit for it. Sell books where books aren't sold. So, for example, personal example, I wrote a book, a kid's book of about pirates. Captain Bo Knows, a publication of positive points for pint-sized pirates. Real quick book for kids, you know, delivered by Little Kid Pirate. I call it the Whiting Chamber of Commerce. I was part of their Party Like a Pirate Day.
Yeah.
Nobody else there was selling books. I was the only game in town. Set up a table, had books. So if you write a book about trucks, don't sell it at a bookstore because you're one out of a cajillion other books. Sell it at a truck stop.
Wow.
You know, so I mean, and then you can take it on from there, so on and so
Go
forth.
where the magnet is.
Yep.
And you'll probably find the
Yep.
attraction.
Go where there's no competition.
And so many authors, man, they blow it, don't they? They just think, oh, I got a book out, it's gonna sell. But they don't. I'm trying to catch trout in a lake filled with bass. It's not gonna happen, is it?
Right.
LaTanya, marketing, how do you sell those books?
Well, especially with my children's book, the schools, you know, and I have a big thing of giving my books away. I'll see the most adorable face and say, you know what, you deserve this book. And a lot of
What about
times,
the ugly kids? They don't get.
I think all children are beautiful.
We are the world.
All children are beautiful,
That's
Chad.
right.
That's right.
But it's like I always feel some type of connection because of the childhood that I had. And I feel that my book can push and promote a kid to push and give their all to something. So in the schools, I go in, I push the books, and I maybe will leave a book with the teacher or principal and let them know if you're interested in the book. You know, like I have more where that came from, if I could come in and give a presentation. So it's more of just trying to create the audience, going into the schools, asking if I could have free presentations for some of the classes and things, and it's worked very well for me.
Smart. Carmelita, how do you move books?
Well, I'm new to this, this being my first publication. So what I've been doing is I've been promoting online at different book clubs. They have about so many of them.
Oh, there's
I have
several.
about 15 that I've been constantly promoting, placing the ads. I've also done ads on Facebook.
Good, smart.
I've also done where I have a website where you can just go right in and buy the book. I have that website and business cards. I've done book signings and the word of mouth. And pretty much everywhere I can, walking along the street, I might talk to someone and pass out a card, you know,
So-
to get the book sold.
So, Slave Story, Parakeets, all kind of 7 books thing, Brown Girl and something led and okay. So okay, you mentioned Facebook ads, Instagram. You got to get those book covers on Instagram, Pinterest, because you never know how your book is going to become viral. So, the Harry Potter books, the author, help me out.
J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Rowling, okay.
Rowling.
Librarian.
She starts blogging. Yeah, truly, librarian. She starts blogging, starts putting paragraphs out free. All of a sudden, she found that niche, and it was that young adult reader who was fascinated by fantasy. She found them, and she locked in on them. She said, it's something, you know, wow. And if you notice around that time when those Harry Potter books came out, everybody said kids don't like to read anymore.
Yeah.
And those Harry Potter books aren't 200-page books. Those books are thick.
Yes,
and
they
children
are.
were reading
Yes,
those
they
books.
were.
So she found her lane. So how will the three of you find your lane to the point where you become a household word and people just lock in on you? Talk to me, either of you.
Tanya?
I think it'll just happen. You know, I think it depends on your dedication and commitment
That's
to
right.
trying to find where you fit in and that drive to not stop until you get there.
Right.
And some people give up too soon. And you know, I feel like if you have a message that you feel is profound that can touch someone and you continue to look for the avenues to promote your work, eventually you'll get lucky and
So-
something will happen.
So this is good. So does the book have to be good to sell, or does the book just have to be popular to sell?
But what's good? I mean, that's subjective.
Yeah. And does it even have to be, thank you, Chad, for saying that, because some of you may have better content than people selling 100,000 books.
Yes.
Why is that?
Well, like she said, they probably have better avenues. They keep doing it, keep researching. Anything you keep practicing, you perfect it. So they just keep on going at it and don't give up.
How will the three of you make your book go viral? And we see this stuff happen all the time. You know, cute cat videos,
Yeah.
you know, ice bucket videos. I can do 22 push-ups or whatever. You know, how do we make your books become viral? Are you on YouTube?
Yeah.
Are you in the public? When is somebody gonna say, ooh, Slave Story or Parakeets, that's the bomb, you know, Dining with God, that's the book. How's it gonna happen?
Yeah, I've done, as of late, I've done a lot of speaking events, like to different schools and stuff. And I find that people want your book, even though they haven't read it, they haven't seen an excerpt, a clip of it.
Yeah.
You know, social media is great. I think every author needs to pick two forms of social media and work those two, whether it be YouTube or Pinterest or Instagram. But I think it's a mistake to try and hit all of them at the same time
Yeah.
because you water down your approach. But I think speaking really opens up the development of that fan base, and that's what every author needs to get to that 100,000 book mark. You need fans, and you get fans by getting out there, and people like what you say, and they want a piece of you via the book.
There's 60,000 libraries in the United States. I want all three of you to sell at least 60,000 books in the next 12 months. If you don't, I'm going to be very disappointed in all three of you because the libraries, and you know this, LaTanya, they have plenty of money. You just have to get to the pay. Thanks to my guest, does publishing still have a place in civilization? Give me a call, 844-777-9311. I need you to stay positive. Keep your head up and always be encouraged. Have a great week.